All right, guys, so here we are, RESOLVECON.com 2022.
Yeah, that's right.
The man himself. So thank you so much for doing this.
Of course, yeah, my pleasure.
I mean, the group of people you put together here it's amazing.
Yeah, it's really humbling to have such cool people around.
Yeah, and this is your second RESOLVECON?
Yes, we had one last year. It was very different. It was pretty much like a Zoom call, but this year is, the full meal deal. Pretty exciting.
And we got one of our great presenters here, Jason Yedlovsky.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. So you gave a great presentation. You're kind of like the audio guy here. You're the Fairlight expert. And could you tell me a little bit about how did you get involved? How do you get your interest in audio? Do you have an audio background?
Yeah, sure.
Because you have a massive amount of knowledge, and you have a very popular YouTube channel when it comes to Fairlight and anything audio, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. So I got started in audio by learning how to mix live services at my church. So they need a little help a lot of years ago now, just running services. So I would, I offered to help, and then that kind of started my journey on learning audio stuff. Because when we were doing that, you had to worry about speakers, right? Pastors and speakers up on stage. You had to worry about vocalists and singers and guitar players and drums and keyboards and any kind of instrument that we would have up there. You had to learn how to get everybody set up on stage. You had to learn how to get all that input back, to the board. We'd mix on a big, 32-channel board. How do you get all that stuff in there? How do we mix it? Not only how do we blend it all together, but how do we make it sound better and take care of problems? How do we troubleshoot? And it just was a lot of years of watching a lot of YouTube videos on, audio and music and understanding how that works and just learning the system that we had there in order to just make it sound good, right?
So I guess it gets...
If anybody asks, this is the white Marcel.
Oh, right here.
You call him the pale Marcel.
This is the guy who knows his real stuff right here.
I've been so lucky to be joined here by Mr. Alex Tech.
Yeah, how you doing? You good?
Yeah, it's good. It's been a pleasure. There's been so many great presenters.
Yeah,
everything has been amazing.
it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. So what's been your highlight here?
Oh, it's just meeting all the other YouTubers and all of you guys. It's been so much fun.
Exactly.
Everyone here that's been presenting, I've watched online, so actually meeting them has been really cool.
Yeah.
And it's been really nice meeting all the people that have turned up to watch. So many nice words, everyone's been really friendly, and it's just been a lot of fun.
I have been so fortunate to get a hold of this guy, the modern filmmaker himself. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you, Tony.
Yeah. But what's your biggest motivation for sharing so much of your knowledge and your skills?
Bro, just the love for creativity. I love to create. People helped me learn, so I kind of just want to pay it forward.
But how did you get into color grading to begin with? And is there like a special thing that made you...
Yep, my footage sucked. My
Really?
footage was terrible in the beginning, man. I had a GH4, great camera, but I was the worst. And color grading really helped me just pull it together enough to get paid.
Yeah, I seen you did. The quality of your videos and your grading is just amazing. But do you have like a dream job when it comes to making a movie or a color grade something, or do you have something like this is something I really love to do?
Dude, I would love to get into some sci-fi short films and maybe long form films one day. That'd be sick. Like I'm a big Interstellar, Inception, kind of, I like those big thought ideas that kind of take you to a whole nother planet or take you to a whole nother world.
Okay, so here we are with Mr. Patrick Sterling himself. If you're into Fusion, you've probably seen his channel. He's like the master of Fusion. You gave a presentation yesterday, and it was like, it's completely insane, your skills. It's super impressive. And if I think of a channel to visit, if I need to learn about Fusion, yours would be the first one to go to. That's the first that pops into my mind. But apart from your channel, what's a good approach if someone wants to learn Fusion as a beginner?
So one of my favorite things about Fusion is how easy and helpful it can be to break apart existing effects and other people's effects. And included in DaVinci Resolve and Fusion on every new download, inside the Fusion page, in like the effects library, there's a templates folder with a whole bunch of effects, a whole bunch of really simple like motion graphic stuff that's included there for free, pre-built. You drag that into your nodes, and it's a complete effect. And like you see the node tree, and you can click through. You can click through node by node, and like, okay, this node is changing it in this way, and like going at your own pace and like breaking apart a complete effect is like you learn a whole lot through
So
that.
is there anything in Fairlight that you just never figured out?
I wouldn't say that I haven't figured out. Maybe things I haven't put the time in yet to really learn a little bit more. Like automation tools is one of the things that are on my list to learn. So how can we playback, use the automation tools to record our changes over time, and just how that whole setup works. It's on my list of things to learn and dig into when I get some time to like sit and kind of focus on it, because I think it's pretty interesting. I think it might be a little tricky to do automation stuff when you're trying to use a mouse and like a keyboard versus if you had one of the mixing consoles, because then I can work with my hands and work more things at once for automation stuff versus I can only use my mouse to click and your movements aren't as precise as if I had a dial, and that kind of stuff. So that's kind of why I haven't gotten into it too much, because I think there's things that would make that job easier, but that's definitely one of the things I want to learn a little bit more about and get into, as well as like surround sound stuff. I don't really have much experience in that. I have some knowledge in like how to set it up and stuff, but I know they've added tools in recent versions.
And how does it make you feel when you see positive comments and feedback on your channel for people thanking you for what you do? Because I see that a lot on your channel. There's a lot of positive feedback in your comments, and you're always very helpful. I've written a few questions myself, and you're always very helpful. And
no, it's great to get feedback from people either way, really, positive or negative. It's great to hear that people are learning from what I'm doing.
And
some people have
interacting with you,
and interacting and stuff. And I mean, I try to respond to everybody, for the most part, even if it's just a thanks or a hey, smiley face or thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, most of the time YouTubers are not responding to the majority of people. You get too many comments, and I think I'm still at a point where I can still kind of field most of it.
Okay.
Hopefully at some point it'll be too much for me, but it's nice to know that it's helpful for people, or if they have other questions on how can we expand on a topic or a video, it's good to know, that I'm helping people out. So.
And you also do a lot on Fusion. So what would be your advice to new guys that's looking to get into Fusion but are a bit intimidated by the UI? And how would you approach that as a newbie?
My big advice would just be to keep it simple. Because you see all these huge node trees and everything, and it can feel overwhelming. And it doesn't have to be that, a lot of stuff in Fusion. I mean, you can do some really impressive stuff with 5 or 6 nodes, but once you use them more and more, you get more comfortable and you'll realize, oh, I should split this up into 3 nodes because it's a more of efficient way to do it, even though you could do it in 1 node, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, once you use it more, you get more comfortable.
Do you feel like a lot of YouTube videos are built over the same frame or template in order to get traction and get views? Do you feel like you need the same kind of hook and intro? It's kind of like repeating itself because everybody's doing the same?
Yes.
Do you have that feeling?
Yeah, it's very samey. So everyone follows the same format. You do an introduction with a hook and then you get into it.
Is that a good thing, or do you feel that's an issue, or kind of like it's...
It's difficult because the format works, so everyone does the same format because generally it helps. You want to get the retention in your videos because it helps you to sort of progress and your videos to do better. So you sort of want to stick to that format, but at the same time, as you say, everyone's videos looks the same, everyone does the same style introduction, and then it becomes a little bit boring because everyone's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So,
but it works, so
but
you kind of have to do it.
Which way do you go?
Yeah.
There's a famous YouTuber called Sarah Dietschy, and she does lots of tech stuff.
Yeah.
And her formula, which I really like, she says she makes 1 video for her, and then she makes 1 video for YouTube. So she'll make a video and she won't care about the analytics, she won't care about doing a hook, she'll make a video that she wants to create. And then the next video will follow the formula. And it'll be
cool.
something really clicky with a hook at the beginning, and she does 1 and 1 and 1. So she's working to the YouTube formula while also being herself and creating what she wants to create.
So is she uploading both and kind of like doing A/B testing on those?
I think they all just do really well. She's got, I don't know, 600,000 subscribers. She's really big, and she's just always said she does one for YouTube, one for the algorithm, that sort of stuff, and one video just because she wants to do it. And she doesn't always stick to it, but she tries to just mix them together. They're always about tech and tech stuff that she likes.
Yeah.
But I think that's such a cool way of doing things, because you're playing the game, you're playing the YouTube game while you're also being creative and doing your own thing. So,
what's something that makes you smile?
It's like, I don't know, if we're a little sticking with YouTube stuff, which is fun and like makes me smile, it's a lot of times, even though like I see views on a video, like you really forget that there's like real people watching your videos.
Yeah.
So anytime someone actually shares with me like something they built, or like, hey, I followed your tutorial, I made this version of it, and like they'll go off and do things completely unique that I didn't think of. Even people like using my presets to make something new. It like really hits like, oh, like, yeah, people are actually learning through this. Like they're actually making cool stuff. And, like, that makes me smile.
What's one thing that people can do for you that makes you happy?
Bro. Comment.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, and comment on the Modern Filmmaker YouTube channel. And dude, just grow. You know, I love when people comment what I've helped them get to. You know, like if I've helped them get to a certain place in their career, nothing feels better than that. Because like I said, people helped me get to where I'm at now, and so for people to kind of have that same power in me means a lot.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for doing this, and I hope to see you again next year.
Teddy.
Okay.
Great man.
Thanks. And in the last at least 17 and 18, we've seen more and more AI integrated into Blackmagic or into DaVinci.
Yeah.
What's your thought on that? More AI in the future or less?
Definitely going to see more AI in the future. I mean, I would not be surprised if Resolve in the future had some way to automatically edit your video, and it would track everybody's faces and figure out what's a close-up shot and what's a wide shot, and like put together a rough cut for you. I wouldn't be surprised if it's something like that. Then of course, like the depth map is just insane. And some of the ways that you can, like the auto roto kind of stuff is crazy too.
A little off topic, but we'd all like to get to know Katie a little bit better. So tell me, what's one thing that instantly makes your day better?
Something that makes my day better? Going for a walk, man. Getting outside and just enjoying life. I mean, I've been really trying to be grateful for things lately, and that's been, life can get pretty bad and you can still be grateful for things.
Yeah. Do you plan ahead one by one, or do you have like a schedule?
No, I usually try and plan like what I want to do a month ahead.
Okay.
But I'm hardly ever ahead on filming videos. I'm usually trying to bang it out for that week.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get back to doing 2 a week, because that's my typical patterns. I'll do a quick tip Tuesday every Tuesday, and then like on like a Thursday or later in the week, I try to do something a little more in depth or a little more involved. And not just audio stuff. I kind of just cover all kinds of stuff in Resolve. A little bit of everything. More geared towards beginners and people just getting started. Trying to answer questions that I had when I got started. You know?
Yeah, it's been so helpful for me, your channel. So thank you very much for doing this.
Yeah, you're welcome. Appreciate it.
And what would be your best advice to guys starting up a YouTube channel? Let's say he's from Copenhagen and he has 400 subscribers. Just
in case we know someone.
Yeah. What would be your advice for him in that situation?
So
if he wants to grow his channel.
My advice is the first thing you want to do, or you need to do, is to find your audience. It's just the most key thing, because you can make the best video in the world, but if you don't know who your audience is, it's very difficult to grow. So you need to find who that audience is, and then treat them like people.
Yeah.
You want to make a video. It's really easy to get caught up in the YouTube stuff, as we were saying. You need to do a hook and this, that, and the other. And some people say you need to make a video that's 8 minutes long. But if you make a video that's 8 minutes long, but it's only got 2 minutes worth of good information in it, it's pointless.
Yeah.
You'll make people happier if you make that 2-minute video, and they get all the information they want really quickly, and they go away happy.
Done, yeah.
And You may not be playing the YouTube game that much, but people will comment, people will like, and people will come back again. So
Makes sense, yeah.
find your audience, make them happy. That's it.
Okay. And a little bit about you. What bores you in life?
What bores me?
Yeah.
Oh, sitting still. I'd hate to sit still. I hate sitting and not doing
Do you have
anything.
like ADHD?
I
Do you
don't.
have like
Probably.
you need to move all the time?
Yeah, so I work a full-time job, so I do, 37 hours a week. I have my YouTube channel. I have a wife and friends, and when we've got dogs, we always go out for walks. I like to go to the gym. I do mountain biking.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I very rarely just sit and watch TV because I don't like to do it. I like to be working on something.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I noticed the production value of your videos. Like if you go back to your first videos, like compared to now, it's just like it's
Way higher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and judging from your hair and your look, you look like you're a perfectionist.
Thank you. I'll take that.
Is that true?
When
When it comes to video?
Yes and no, actually. So there's some things I like to get right. With my videos, it's tutorials. I like to make sure the information's correct, and I want it to look nice. But sometimes, if a video is sort of good enough, it's great to just put it out there because you can spend a week worrying about this one imperfection and there's no
And do
point.
you also have like this, okay, the last 10, 20%, it takes up maybe 80% of your time, but it doesn't give you that.
It doesn't give you a return, especially on YouTube. And if anything, sometimes if you make a mistake in a video, that makes you more of a person.
Yeah.
Sometimes little things people can associate with, and it can actually sometimes
It can be too perfect.
Yeah, when you see a really clean vlog, for example, but it looks like it's a corporately produced vlog.
Yeah.
And you're like, that doesn't feel like a person, it feels like a product.
It lacks personality.
Yes,
and
and you've got to
character.
make sure you have that personality in there.
I'm sure a lot of people appreciate your effort and you sharing your skills because you got some amazing stuff. And one thing I noticed is you got tons of free presets and templates. So if you're into Fusion and if you want to learn more, check out Patrick's YouTube channel. And just one last question. What's the one thing that frustrates you the most about YouTube?
Oh, YouTube, it's like there's a natural tension between trying to make something that is most helpful, but you always need to package it in an appealing way because a helpful video that no one clicks on, that no one watches, won't be that helpful.
No.
Like I'm trying to make helpful things, but also trying to actively help the most people. So like I wish I could just make super boring tutorials that are like really helpful and really like dense and all this other stuff, but like you got to play the YouTube game a little.
Yeah, I can see that. So that like kind of takes away a little bit of your effort on your goal and what because you have to take that into account.
Yeah, you have to like divert energy a little bit, but like it is fun and like it's like a new system, but sometimes it'd be fun just to like go like super in the weeds of just like, hey, welcome to a video. I'm going to talk about one really technical thing. But like it's you got to get people to watch.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so maybe we'll see Patrick again at RESOLVECON 2023, but let's see what happens, and until then, go check out this channel.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate. And you have 3 kids?
I do. Yep.
Which one is your favorite?
The smallest one. Yeah. The little girl. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So, if you're listening, maybe you shouldn't. Just stop here, okay? And finally, what's one skill you would really like to learn that's not related to video or YouTube?
Oh, I'd always love to learn an instrument. I've never been able to play any instruments. I tried when I was young and never was able to do it. And I'd love to.
Thank you very much for doing this.
Not a problem
Nice
at all.
meeting you. Hope to see you maybe again at RESOLVECON 2023.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's very nice of you.
That's okay. That was fun.
I forgot how many subscribers do you have?
About 115,000.
Fucking hell.